let's go ahead and get started if everyone's okay with that. You can mute yourselves, turn off your video if you like, play some of your own music. Like always, we'll be doing our own. You can listen to your own music. We'll be playing no music down here. So let's go ahead and get started warming up. Let's start by doing just like a little stretch, a little yoga flow. So reach your arms all the way up and back down. Sometimes this feels a little bit better than doing jumping jacks right away in the morning. Reach over to the side, back up to center, reach over to the other side, and then reach your arms all the way down to your toes. Try to move back and forth, make this a little bit more active. And then plant your hands down on the ground, step one foot back, the other foot back, then lift your hips nice and high. Again, pedal out your feet. Always feels nice when we just wake up. Hold it here for a second. Roll forward into a plank. Now let's just hold our plank for a moment and warm up our core. Hold it here for a couple more seconds. Stay strong. Think about pressing through your hands, lifting your tummy up, squeezing your belly. And let's drop down to the ground. From here, let's just rock forward and back a little bit. Just making sure we're all warmed up, all stretched out. Stretch one foot back behind you, tuck the toes. And switch legs, stretch one foot back. You're tucking the toes, pressing back into your calf muscles, your ankle. And back up. Now from here, we're just gonna reach our arm all the way up to the sky. And then thread the needle underneath, and we're gonna do that again, so don't hold it there, just thread it underneath. Reach up high. One more time, thread the needle down. Reach up nice and high. And this time just set it back down. And we're gonna do that on the other side. So reach your arm all the way up. Thread the needle underneath. Reach all the way up. Thread the needle underneath. This is our last one. Reach your arm all the way high up to the sky. And down to tabletop position. From here, we're just gonna reach out into a bird dog. So opposite arm, opposite leg. And as we bring it in, crunch and extend. Crunch, we're gonna do this 3 times. Extend. Crunch and extend. Set it down, let's repeat on the other side. Opposite leg, opposite arm reaches forward and crunch into center, reach out. Second time, crunch in, reach out. Last time, crunch in and set it down. From here, let's rock forward, look up, and then rock back. We're just gonna do that moving. Rock forward, rock back, stretch out your arms. I like to move side to side. Come back into tabletop position, tuck your back toes, step it right back up. So that downward facing dog, your hips are nice and high. Walk out your legs. And then from here, you can stand it up whatever way you have to, or you can just walk your hands back to your feet. Reach your arms all the way up. One more time, nice and high. Then take a nice wide stance here. We're just gonna go side to side lunge. Think about really coming down into your ankle. So you're bending the knee, stretching the straight leg right here, leaning into this ankle. Just doing a nice stretching, gentle warm up to start this morning. One more time, all the way to the opposite side. And then stand it up all the way. Let's bring your feet in a little bit closer. And we're gonna do 15 overhead squats. So hands overhead, sink it down and up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it back up. Some arm circles forward. And arm circles in reverse. Shake it out. I'm feeling stretched out, feeling like my heart rate's up, so we're gonna go into some cardio moves. Now let's start with jumping jacks. So jumping jacks. Woo, that feels a lot better. To do all that stretching first and then go in right away with some jumping jacks. We're almost there, warm up about 1 minute or so. Then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Jumping jacks for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Next one we have is butt kicks. You can stand, kick your butt like this, or you can jog it out. So next week is Halloween. So for our virtual classes next week, next Thursday, Power Hour on Wednesday afternoon, and boot camp on Thursday morning, we are gonna have Halloween themed classes. We'll be dressing up. We encourage you guys to dress up for at least one class. Turn on your video in the morning, show us, and you guys can resume. And then we'll have the little Halloween playlist that you guys can listen to that we'll drop in the chat. So that's next week. It'll be a lot of fun. Woo! 3, 2, 1. Woo! Shake it out. Shake it all out. Grab some water. Take off a layer. That's what I'm gonna do. It's getting chillier in Colorado. My house is like 60 degrees. This actually feels good. Okay, while you guys are grabbing some water, I'm going to describe our workout today. We have a AMRAP. We have 4 different AMRAPs. Hopefully we'll get through all of them. So AMRAP is as many rounds as possible. So we're going to have 3 different moves. And we're just going to try and cycle through all of those moves as many times as possible in the allotted time that's given. But there's a caveat. Every time we do a AMRAP, start an AMRAP, we have to buy in. So what a buy-in is that we have to do one exercise to start the round. So once we do the one exercise, then we can go ahead and get started with our actual circuit. You only have to do that exercise one time. So for our first round, our buy-in exercise is 15 burpees with a push-up. So whatever way you have to do it, don't worry, I'm going to demonstrate everything. You're going to do 15 burpees, and then you start with the regular 3 exercise. So you only have to do 15 burpees one time. So buy-in exercise, you do 1 time for the amount of reps, and then you go ahead and do exercise 1, 2, 3. And you keep on doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as much as you can in the 6 minutes is going to be the first round. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, feel free to chat me or come up to me and ask. And then I'm going to show you the rest of our exercises for round 1. So our buy-in is 15 burpees. Again, you can do this a normal way. Jump up, jump back, push up. That's 1, you're doing 15. If you need a lower impact option, always know that you can take out the jump by squat, calf raise instead of jump. Hands down, step 1 foot back, 1 foot back. Push up. You can also push up on your knees. And then step back up, squat to calf raise. So that would be the low impact option. If you're doing the low impact option, only do 10. Just because it's going to take you a little bit more time if you're hopping around. So if you do low impact and no jumping, 10 burpees to buy into the round. If you're doing the full jump, whole shebang, 15. And then once we do that, you can go ahead and get started with our 3 exercises in the round. We have 10 tricep dips. So hips up, arms back. Try and keep your arms in nice and tight. You also do this with your hips down, like this. 10 tricep dips, and then 10 tuck crunches. So down here, crunch up and extend. 10 of these, and then 10 Frogger lifts. So heels together, legs apart, and lift the hips up. 10 of those. So 15 burpees buys you into the round, 10 tricep dips, 10 tuck crunches, and 10 Frogger. The hip lifts is our circuit. So those are the 3 ones that you would be doing for time. All right, I hope that makes sense. No one shouted me or came off mute, so I feel like everyone gets it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We start with 15 burpees to buy in 5 seconds. 2, 1, begin. Everyone go ahead and get started. 6 minutes is on the clock. 15 burpees to buy in. Good job, everyone. 15 burpees. Should be getting pretty close here. You only have to do 15 burpees one time. That's it. Buys you in. Once you've done all 15, you can get started with our actual round. Once you've done 15 burpees, you're doing 10 tricep dips, 10 tuck crunches, 10 Frogger lifts. Again, here's a low impact option I'm demonstrating right now. For tricep dips, my hips are down. I'm coming down to my forearms and pressing back up. This option that I'm doing here right now is going to be a little less low impact on the shoulder than when my hips are up. Make it count, try to go through the full movement. And then we have 10 tuck crunches. Down on the ground, squeeze in, extend, squeeze, extend. If you notice with the tuck crunches that your low back is really popping off the ground, you can keep your feet down, bring your knees up, set them back down. Bring them up. It's more important to do that exercise correctly than to do the advanced modification. Once you've done 10 tuck crunches, we move on. Feet together, we have frogger lifts or butterfly lifts. Lift your hips up and down. Once you're done with that circuit, back to triceps, 10 triceps. Again, you only did the burpees one time. After 10 tuck crunches, 10 froggy lifts. Keep rolling through as many rounds as possible. That's what AMRAP stands for. We do this once and then we're done. Keep rocking and rolling. You only have about a minute left. Get through what you gotta get through. It's only 10 each body weight. We should be moving through a lot of rounds of these. Almost there, a couple more seconds left. And done. Woo! Stop wherever you're at. Walk it out. Get them nice and slow so all the blood doesn't rush to your head. Grab some water. Catch your breath. That was fun. All right, I'm gonna show you all our next round, round 2. It's another 6-minute AMRAP. Our buy-in is a 40 skaters to lunge. So we're going to do a skate, lunge, skate, lunge. If you need to, just step for a low impact option. Step. 20 on each side, 40 total. That's your buy-in. 40 skater lunges to buy into the round. Once you've bought in, you can go ahead and get started with your 3 regular exercises. We have a plank fly. I'm going to show you a couple different ways. If you have small hand weights, that would go perfect with this. Plank fly, we're holding a plank here. We have 10 on each side. Taking a nice wide stance with your feet, loosen your core too. 10 on each side. You can also do this in a tabletop position. Lift your arms up. Again, if you have hand weights, that would make really good addition to this workout. So that's what it's going to look like to the side. From there, we have a surrender to a hinge. So surrender on our knees. We lift one leg up, the other leg up. You stand, hinge, drop it back down, leg down, leg down, leg up, hinge. 10 of those, 5 on each side, so leading 5 with the right, 5 on the left. And then from there we have balance hamstring curls, 10 on each side. So we're in a single leg deadlift position here, and we're curling our feet in to our butt. You can hold on to something if you need to. You can also just try going like this. So curling it up in a staggered stance. If your balance isn't great, I encourage you to do whatever gets you the best workout. So taking that modification and working your way up for more balance. All right, that's our circuit. 40 skater lunges to buy in, 10 plank flies on each side, 10 surrender to hinge, that's 5 each leading leg, and then 10 on each side, balance hamstring curls. I hope everyone's ready because we're getting started in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, begin. Buy in 40 skater lunges before you can start the workout. So skate, drop it back, skate. Keep your balance, drop it back. Slow leg burner. I have 30, I have 9 left now. Woo, 8. Woo, that was 40 for me. Plank position, legs a little wider, about mat width apart. And fly 10 on each side. Once you've done 10 plank rear delt flies, we have a surrender. 1 foot up, 1 foot up, hinge, drop it back down, step it back. 5 with each leading leg. Once you've done 10, surrender. Say good morning, hip hinge. Then you're doing, what are you doing? Oh, balance hamstring curls. So balancing in the air, lift one leg back, squeeze your glute. 4, hinging over. You can actually feel it in the stable leg too, supporting your body. Once you've done 10 balance hamstring curls, you're back down. 10 on each side, plank flies, plank rear delt flies. You do not have to do the skater lunges. The plank flies, try and take a wider stance or drop down to your knees. Keep your core really tight, that's gonna help in this movement. Try and keep your hips down. Oh, keep going. That's my normal personal alarm. We have a minute left. With the surrenders, if you need help, you need support, you can definitely hold on to something, side of a couch, the side of your table, or a good modification would just be to squat and then hinge. So always know you can take modification. Don't stop, just modify whatever feels good. A lot of people are like, I don't know what to do. Think if we're doing legs, if we're doing a hip hinge, try and modify with another hip hinge motion. And that's our real alarm. It's our end of our AMRAP alarm. Good job, everyone. If you're doing those hamstring curls or surrenders, try to make it even on both sides. Make it even on both sides. I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Again, grab some water, catch your breath. We have one more long AMRAP, one long 6-minute AMRAP, and then we have a shorty. While you guys are grabbing water, catching your breath, doing what you need to do, I'm going to go ahead and show you our next couple exercises. We have our buy-in. Again, we're just doing this one and done. Do it once, buys you into the round Runner's lunge switch. This is going to be pretty intense. We're doing 20 total, 10 on each side. So I'm down in a plank position, one leg up here, and I'm switching. I know that's pretty intense. What can you do to modify? Just remember, you can always do a similar motion. So just doing this, holding a plank position, doing more of a outside mountain climber is good. If that's also too difficult, you can always just bring your knee up. Here, we just want to get that crunching motion in, get our cardio up, get our heart rate up. That's our buy-in. That's 20 total, 10 on each side. So that's going to go pretty quick this round. 40 would be pretty intense with those. Then if you have your small hand weight, that would be perfect for this next exercise. Or if you don't, body weight's totally cool too. We're in a side plank, and we have a side plank row. Let's tap to the ground, row it up, 10 on each side. Of course, you can always have one leg down or both legs down. 10 plank rows on each side, and then we have a tempo hand release push-up, 10 of these. So tempo, what does that mean? It means we're going to count, we're going to go down nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down, hand release, press back up, down, slow. Ten of those, you can always do those on your knees, down, slow. Press yourself back up. So that's always an option. And our last one is 10 foot switch glute bridges. So we're back on our hands. We have our toes out nice and wide. We press up. We come down, we bring our toes in, press up. Feet out, feet forward. You can see my feet here, forward, out. So I'm consistently switching like that. And you have 20 of those, 10 each way. Those will go pretty quick. So 20 runners, lunge hops, back and forth, those quick feet. Mountain climbers is going to be the modification for that. 20 total of those, 10 on each side, buys you in. 10 side plank rows on each side, 10 tempo hand release push-ups, and then 20 in and out foot switch glute bridges, that's 10 on each side. All right, last 6 minutes right here, and then we have a shorty AMRAP. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buy yourself into the round. 20 runners lunge hops, 10 on each side. This should go quick. Once you've done 20 of those, you have plank rows. Quick buy, and then you're moving on. I'll even show you if you don't have any weight, you can use your water bottle. Add a little resistance to your row. 10 on each side. Once you've done 10 of those, you have 10 tempo push-ups, hand release at the bottom. Hand release just like what it sounds. You lift your hands up, down nice and slow. Hand release, press up high. Once you've done 10 of those, flip it over onto your back side. Feet facing forward, we lift up. Drop down, feet out. Keep switching. 20 total, 10 on each side. These go quick. You can also do this on your forearms. You need to. You could also do this with your back down. So whatever you need to do, if you have shoulder issues, with your shoulders down, head down, like what I'm doing right now, is going to be your best option. Once you've done 20 of those, we're back to side plank rows. Again, you have a small hand weight, you have a water bottle, anything that adds a little resistance. Let's see. 16 fluid ounces, that's 1 pound. You know what that's better than? 0 pounds. Once you've done 10 plank rows on each side, you're down to those tempo push-ups. Remember, you can always do this on your knees, down nice and slow, and release, press up. You can always do a mix. Maybe you try 2 to 3 on your toes, and then your form starts to give. That's all you can do. Then move on to your knees. You don't have to do all one or the other. You can do a mix. That's okay, we'll allow it this morning. Squeeze your core as you press yourself back up. It's just as much a core exercise. Whew. Once you've done 10 of these, you're doing 10 foot switches. 10 each way, 20 total. Whew. Keep on moving through. We had a short buy-in, so we should be able to get through more rounds this set. We have less than a minute left. Give me the best you can. Last 35 seconds right here. We are almost done. You're just getting started. Maybe on the rows, maybe do 5 on each side. Just because we're running low on time. And done. Woo! Good job, everyone. It's almost 7:45. We have one more left. I want to do a nice little shorty round, a quick one. I hope that's okay. If you guys need to leave at 7:45, completely understand if you want to hop off. But for those who can stay, we're going to do a little shorty. This is going to be a little core, so only about only a couple minutes, so about half the time, so it won't be so bad. Okay, watch me. Our buy-in, 40 flutter kicks, 20 on each side. So buy into the round with 40 flutter kicks. And then you have 20 on each side. Windshield wipers, just moving your legs back and forth. 20 total does, 10 on each side. And then 20 earthquake planks. So in a plank position. And we're just looking up one hand at a time. 20 of these. You can also do this on your knees. That just shakes up your core, makes you stabilize. And that's it. That's our shorty. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get through it nice and quick. We're starting with our buy-in of 40 flutter kicks. All right. Let's go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little bonus ab shorty round, 40. Woo! Once you've done those, you have your windshield wipers. I like to keep my hands underneath my butt and just move back and forth. The higher you are with your feet, the easier it's going to be. The lower you are to the ground, the more difficult it's going to be. 10 on each side. Whew. Once you've done those, we're flipping over to earthquakes. Earthquake plank, 20 total. Back down, windshield wipers, 20 of these. Keep going, we're only doing 2 minutes of this. $20 total, 10 earthquake planks. We have to do the flutters once. Back down. About 20 seconds left. You won't believe how quickly we'll get through these. Woo! Keep going. And done. Woo, just a little shorty round like I promised. Good job, everyone. Grab some water if you need it. And then when you're ready, we're gonna cool down. From a seated position here. Stretch your arms all the way back. Look up. Roll your arms back and forth. Stretch one arm over your chest, pat yourself on the back. I like to move side to side with this one. And switch sides, cross one arm over the chest, pat yourself on the back. Good. Triceps up overhead. Gently press down on your elbow. Switch sides. Good job. From here, tabletop position, let's do a little cat-cow. Press up. Cow. Drop the belly. More time. Cat. Cow, look up. Unravel your hands. Feet nice and wide. Feet together, I mean knees apart. Sit back into a child's pose. Stretch your arms forward. Roll forward. Look up. Come down, let's just do a nice little spine twist. So one leg over. And spine twist to the other side. Back to center. Pull yourself up. One at a time. Stand it up, shake it out. And thanks for joining me today, everyone. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. It was fun.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad you guys had fun.